apologize, guys.
It's all good.
Oh, hold on. I gotta change my shirt real quick again.
Oh, my goodness. Are we live, though? Ooh, hello, everybody. And everybody, hello. What is that? What? Oh, my goodness. Rep them even though they lose. I feel it, though. I feel it.
Whatever. Rep them even though they lose.
Yeah, I'm right there with you, man.
Guys, welcome back to another Fantasy Tuesday.
Yes,
Thank you for
sir.
joining us. Don't forget, take a second, like, comment, subscribe. And don't forget to check us out for all your fantasy needs for this week.
Facts.
First thing I'm doing is just double-checking our scores and set them up. Mark Andrews went off, so that helped me for my tight end.
Hawkinson had a pretty good game, too, though.
18.3. Travis
Not bad
Kelce
at
can't
all.
be beat.
Dude, yeah, Kelsey's stupid.
It's not fair.
As long as his weird white girlfriend is watching him, he's going to go off.
Oh, my God. They were both him and then Mahomes' wife.
I know, dude.
I'm like,
They had their own like
wow.
little white girl dap.
said, why are you guys taking over the NFL? No one cares about football anymore. We just like to watch women do whatever. Oh, they're Raiders D. You had Raiders D.
Yeah, they sucked ass.
Poor guys.
It was weird too. It was like, man, like this is a Division II rookie quarterback, and he's making the Raiders defense look sorry as hell.
Yeah, and honestly,
But whatever.
they make themselves look sorry sometimes.
Well, yeah,
I'm not gonna.
the entire Raiders division team, everything about the Raiders just suck. Like, could you imagine being a Raiders fan?
Yeah, we're not talking about you, Taylor. It's okay. Talking about everyone else.
Little shots fired to Taylor,
He
but
said little shots fired. I can't say anything.
he's not watching. He's probably already asleep.
Our team did some bad stuff today, this week. I'm not gonna lie.
Not gonna lie.
Not gonna lie. What stood out to you this week, actually, watching? What stood out to you?
Well,
Top plays, man. Give me that.
honestly, I'd say before we even go to the top plays, man, I gotta say something. The NFL needs to investigate many refs right now. Like, many refs.
You think they're on the payroll?
I won't even say that. They're just being incredibly biased, which is just, it's pretty egregious at this point, man. Like,
Okay, I got you.
It's gross. Like, don't get me wrong, it hits close to home because the Colts won that game twice, but many other games too. Like we talked about the Philadelphia game, the Eagles don't get called.
Yeah, how do you get through? And obviously, we watch McAfee like everyone else here probably should.
Of course.
But they didn't get a single call, and McAfee literally has pictures on pictures on pictures of
so many fouls.
calls,
holdings left and right, defensive holding, illegal formations. But I mean, even the Niners and Vikings game last night, man, that was terribly officiated.
Yeah,
For
I mean,
both
for
teams,
both sides.
yeah. Like, don't get me wrong, like, it kind of went in favor of the Vikings a little bit more than the Niners did, but I don't know, man. Like, there's something going on. I know everyone's saying, like, oh, it's the script. It's like,
It's the script, baby.
yeah, I don't
Telling you,
believe
it's
that.
the script.
But man, it's getting hard to watch some of these games when you can, like, in live time as a fan, you can see a clear foul or penalty or however you want to flag, whatever the hell you want to say, but you don't see a flag or call or anything. It's like, how am I seeing this, but these officials that get paid $100,000 a year don't see it?
You know, I don't even think they get paid enough to be able to even see it too. But what sucks is that this is like deciding factors on games sometimes.
Bro,
like, there hasn't been anything too crazy, but this week was really wild. So
this week was
this
horrible.
This week was wild.
Even for college, bro. Did you see the Iowa game?
I did not actually get to see the Iowa
Bro, so I believe it was like 50 seconds left in the game. They punt the ball. This guy returns it for the house call. Walk-off victory, basically. Like, wins the game. But
it gets called back, didn't it?
It gets called back because the refs called a fair catch. The refs called a fair catch. You can't call a fair catch as a ref.
That's interesting. Even in college?
Yeah, like I mean that's just not a thing. Like and they played the replay, never did the guy's hand do this or anything. Like he was pointing to the team to where to block, and they blocked, ran it back, touchdown, you win the game. And they called it back, and the refs were like, yeah, we called it dead. We called a fair catch.
In the very beginning. Did anyone see this? All right, we got some questions here already shooting out.
Oh, man, really?
Would you trade Russ? Yeah. Check it out.
Would you trade Russ and Shaheed for Burrow? PPR? Is Russ, JT, fire. Aaron Jones is so mids, though. It's tough.
I know. That's one of those
Hill's
ones.
fire. Kirk's super mid. Komet's weird because he can go off for like no other, but at the same time, he's super mids. So wouldn't mean that's the same thing with Myers, bro, because Jimmy G's probably not going to play next week either.
But the boatload's going to either go to Myers or it's going to go to Devontae with Hoyer back there. I think he's starting to get a little bit of a groove watching them play. You know, obviously they're going to call out wanting to go to Devontae because of everything Devontae said last week, but Myers is still an open target. In my opinion, I think that guy's still worth it.
Personally, I would okay that trade for sure, man, because, Russ is mid. I mean, he's a good quarterback. He's just in a shit team, bro. And Shaheed's he's good for a deep shot. That's about it.
Yeah.
He's not a good route runner. So I would do that. And shut the fuck up, Michael. That's my coworker.
He said,
little bitch ass.
The Bay jersey.
Fuck Lakers, man. Lakers are dog water.
I'm weak.
That's ass.
I love that.
But yeah, I would definitely do that trade.
Yeah, I would go for that. Well, I don't know. I think this week, aside from the refs, looking into each game, start off Thursday night, Jaguars Saints 31-24. That was a wild one.
This shit was ugly, but then it just went out of nowhere.
Duking out at the very end of just like, let's go fucking win this game. That was so crazy to watch. I thought the Saints D would be a little bit better. I love Trevor Lawrence, to be honest. I have him on my fantasy. Didn't even start him because I really thought Desmond Ridder would be doing some stuff, but it's fine.
He should have done stuff.
0-7 on one and 0-3 or 3-3 on the other. Well, 4-3, 3-4 maybe. I don't know. It's looking bad. But I'm here for you guys. That's why I'm tanking. I'm here for you guys.
Michael, all I can say is shut up, man. You don't know what you're doing. I don't really. No, I'm talking about fucking bitch ass Michael.
Oh,
dude, this man is so. Yeah, I don't mean to talk shit because. I mean,
he's gonna rip you instead of football,
bro. This man's doing fantasy for the first time ever,
and he's winning.
No, it's a 4-person league. First off, so every team was like
disgustingly stacked. You could trade for everyone,
bro. He left like 3 people on his team that are all on bye week. And he's like, "Why did I lose?" I'm like, "Well, like first,
yeah, guys, don't forget to double check. Take your bye guys out. Yeah." It's getting to that point. You're gonna have buys every week for a while.
It was funny
Lions, Ravens 6-38. The Lions couldn't get anything done.
Lions looked horrible.
They couldn't get anything finished.
St. Brown still went off for me just because
they looked like
he caught everything.
Offensive power on the way, but they just couldn't get those points behind and some missed field goals. So many missed field goals.
I mean, bro, it was honestly the Lions defense that let them down the most.
Oh yeah, they led them. What, 10 seconds? 9 seconds. Lamar Jackson sat for 9 seconds.
Yeah, dude. That O-line.
No one does that.
That O-line.
How do you leave a guy for 9 seconds in a pocket? On top of that, he didn't even run.
Yeah, he's just sitting there.
He would have run years before they were saying that he would have ran, but yeah, his progress now, he sat still and waited in that pocket, made a play.
I mean, eventually someone's going to get open. That's for sure.
Yeah. Raiders, Bears, 12-30.
Raiders,
SmackDown.
man.
I don't really know how to describe that one.
We could have a 30-minute podcast special just on how the Raiders suck ass.
I don't know if they suck ass.
They do.
They can't fire on all cylinders when they need to, man.
Devontae Adams is 1,000% being traded by mid-November.
You think so?
Actually, no. Isn't the trade?
Yeah, the trade deadline's coming around.
It's next week, isn't it? Oh, he's definitely getting traded.
Where's he going?
Anyone that needs a wide receiver number 1,
yeah,
which is a lot of teams.
Yeah, I don't know. You can't leave him there. That's crazy.
No,
Browns,
yeah.
Colts.
Oh, yeah.
Browns won second week in a row,
We don't talk about this.
beating my team and then his team
Yeah, but
on-
my team
on-
scored 38 points against him, you motherfucker.
on some crazy. Yeah, I don't even know.
On some
I don't
crazy
even know.
bullshit, bro.
Crazy.
Colts won that game twice.
That was a wild. That was
Legit
a wild
won it
juke
twice.
off, I'm not gonna lie.
Refs can suck a cock. Anyways.
Patriots come back to beat the Bills. Actually, I don't even think. I
No,
think
Bills never led.
Bills never even led.
That game was
Yeah.
disgusting for Josh
They come
Allen.
back from 1-5 to go 2-5 just to take the Bills at 4-3. What happened to the Bills, man? What happened to the Bills? Whatever they're scheming,
They're
whatever
1-2
doing,
in the last 3 games.
they're doing something off. They need to go back.
Stephon,
Giants are picking up again.
Whew.
Look at that.
Well, that's thanks to
14-7
Tyrod Taylor,
against the
baby.
Commanders.
you see that Tyrod Taylor might be the starter for the rest of the season?
Really?
He's like the leader in the locker room now. Everyone's dapping him up. No one's talking to Daniel Jones. And
Poor
they
guy.
just paid this man $40 million a year for the next
Yeah,
4
I know.
years.
He was expensive.
Expensive
So
bench rider. Must suck.
Hey, when it works, it works. But if you're gonna do it, do it, right?
Yeah, I
Man,
guess.
that's horrendous. Moving on. Oh, this one was interesting. Bucks Falcons 16-13. 4-3
Baker
Falcons.
Mayfield, man, what are you doing? What are you doing, Baker?
I
They
think
should have
he's
won
just
that
getting
game.
paid. I think he's just getting paid.
But at the same time, like, dude, Ritter, what are you doing? That man should have had 2 rushing touchdowns and fumbled out of the end zone twice. How, dude?
That's what I was kind of watching too, and I'm like questioning. I'm like, come on, you're better than that.
That second one
You're
was so ugly
so
too.
better than that.
Like, bro, he was wide open, just like keep running. No one's gonna touch you. He started jogging. He's like, oh, I scored, and the dude just smacks the ball out. Like, what are you doing? This is the
You would
NFL. People
think-
don't give up on
I
plays.
know you would think you'd watch enough bloopers or something to not. Like there's so many different plays where they're like they gave up. Honestly, it looked like the Browns at some point sometimes. Like once the Colts got past their secondary, they kind of just gave up and just tapped him and let him run.
Oh, dude, that Michael Pittman touchdown. Oh, dude.
That was wild.
Don't get me wrong, I was going crazy, especially because I have him in fantasy. But oh my god, it was like they're playing like 2-hand touch out there.
It was weird. It was like
2-play, 75-yard touchdown drive. It was like 15 seconds.
yeah. 24-17, the Steelers take the Rams.
Oh, that
Oh,
was another game refs fucked up. Did you see that?
I did not.
Bro.
Oh, you know what? Actually, I did get to see some of that.
Bro, 2.5 minutes left in the game, 4th and 1. Steelers go for it. Clearly do not get it. Like, Pickett falls on the ground. He, like, camera, you can't really see, but, like, basically, Pickett's, like, I'd say 1.5 feet, maybe even 2 feet short of the line of scrimmage to get. Falls on his knee, then extends the ball out, give him a first down. There's no timeouts left for the Rams, so they can't challenge. And
it's before the 2-minute
yeah,
mark?
it's before 2 minutes.
Oh, yeah.
So they just said, yeah, you guys win the game, basically. Like, dude, refs are so ass this week. It's just disgusting.
Buy new refs. Or if you want your team to win, buy out a ref or become a ref.
You're not wrong with that one.
Yeah. 10-20 Seahawks Cardinals. Seahawks take away the win from the Cardinals. That was a disgusting game in the first
Yeah, it
half
was.
to watch. What the hell was that? That was
Bro.
crazy. I wish Riyad was here to back his case, but Seahawks aren't going to take the division. The
Gino
49ers
throwing
are
that
gonna
pick in the end zone
That was
into
wild.
double coverage.
That
Like,
was
bro,
wild.
like, what are you doing? He got his money. That's what he cares about.
Everyone gets their money eventually.
Season backup got paid. He's like, all right, time to not play well.
Here's a game that no one thought would be fun to watch. Broncos, Packers.
And it wasn't fun to watch.
And
They're
it
right.
wasn't. 17-19. They just kind of went down and tried to do whatever they could do. And,
Ugh.
you know, whether their offenses are just as garbage as they still are or their defenses hold them off. But, yeah, that wasn't really an appealing game. I think
Jordan Love is not him.
Everyone
Like,
kind
that
of tuned
is
down on that.
very apparent by this point.
It's hard to really want one of those guys, you know, those top receivers, those top running backs on either team to perform, but it's not happening.
Speaking of top receivers on the team, Jerry Jeudy's been linked to the Colts like for the last 2 weeks to be traded. So we'll see what happens with that.
That'll be interesting.
I personally don't really want him because
Wow.
he's just not
Three games in a row all had an ending score of 17 by the losing team.
good. Gross.
Yeah, Packers lost 17-19. The Chargers lost 17-31 to the
Oof.
Chiefs. We don't need to talk about that. Dolphins lost 17-31 to the Eagles.
Because, well, I mean, they lost their refs, but, you know.
Yeah, the refs gave them that game.
Like, don't be wrong. There's a lot of teams that don't get penalized a lot because they don't commit fouls. But we saw it in live time.
There were fouls being committed. There are pictures of these fouls that were
Many.
committed, and they were just not called.
Wow, Riyadh's in the chat, but not here. Wow.
Poor guy.
What do you mean talking about the Colts? Dog, I always talk about the Colts.
And ending off the week, 49ers 17. Sorry, there's 4 in a row.
17
49ers
again.
17 again.
The
There's that
unlucky number.
to 22 Vikings. 5-2 Vikings, 3-4. I'm not gonna lie.
That game was ugly.
There's nothing that tells me that the 49ers aren't gonna continue and work on what they need to this season. Kirk Cousins is a great quarterback.
Oh, dude, he's a top 5 quarterback.
Have a secondary that could be beat, and he obviously shown with his arm that he beat them.
Yeah.
And the Niners heavily relied on that pass rush that could not get to him. 0 sacks.
That's gross.
Kirk Cousins knew how to play against that defense, and he did everything he could, and he put points on the board. Missed field goals were insane by both sides. At the end of the day, Brock Purdy did one thing that he knows that he can't do and that he hadn't been doing until last game.
Throw picks.
Throw picks. He gave up that ball in crucial points from the drive that was right there in the end zone to the drive that defined the end of the game. It was just those things can't be done, and he tried to force it. He said himself in post-interview, like, I was just, trying to, thought I could do this, thought I could do that, throw it above him. I think that's the noise getting to him, maybe, that they're like, oh, Brock Purdy's just a system quarterback. Brock Purdy's just this. But obviously you saw him connect with Kittle, connect with Jennings, connect with Ayuk. You see him put in, throw after throw that goes, 15, 20, 30 yarders that are making plays. He ran the ball.
Yeah, he did.
He looked like he's getting sacked, ducked underneath, ran the ball for a first down and a little bit more. He's doing what he needs to do. And honestly, I think this is another growing game for him. They should have had, this as a dub, obviously, any given Sunday or Monday.
Yeah. I would love to see the stats of, like, PPG, like basically just like a breakdown of all the offensive stats when Trent Williams plays and doesn't play.
Oh, yeah, that was a wild one,
because since
too.
he's out, like, you can see him just, like, running for his life on, I'd say, 25, if not more % of every play.
And Trent Williams be blocking 2
Dude, this
niggas
man
at
is
once.
a beast.
He be blocking 3 niggas at once.
Sheesh.
He be blocking 4. He be blocking the entire team. It was so funny. I think there was a meme that my friend sent that was like Trent Williams, like, shoving down one guy in the beginning of the Browns game and then just getting in the face of the entire Browns team. Just
yeah.
What?
It's hilarious.
He looks like such a teddy bear, though. Such a nice guy.
He is a nice guy until you make him mad.
Right. Oh. What about our fantasy leaders? Enough about teams. Patrick Mahomes, unfortunately, top of that chart once again. When is this guy going to go down with the leg injury? I thought he was going to get injured a long time ago. Patrick Mahomes comes out with 34.9. Killing it, man. What was it? 31-17, I believe.
It was something ugly.
Yeah, and obviously he's going to keep checking down to Travis Kelce. Lamar Jackson went
they're
crazy.
not even checkdowns, bro.
Yeah,
He's
true.
wide open like 15, 20 yards down the field.
He just walks down that field.
Bro, the zone coverage, like, why are you still playing zone against the Chiefs?
I don't know.
It's the stupidest decision I've ever seen.
You got to stick
You
on
need to do man no matter what.
Yeah.
Let him beat you by man.
Lamar Jackson, number 2, 33.9. And again, we're using Fantasy Pros. Okay. I'm not going from Yahoo. I'm not going from ESPN. Fantasy Pros right now. It's a third party. I watch these guys all the time and get some of my information as well from them. Love it.
What's up with those tan lines? Dog, I'm Scottish. The fuck?
I'm crying.
You think I walk around shirtless?
Gotta love Riyadh in the chats. Moving on into number 3. Deontay Foreman, 30 points.
What I say, pick him up.
He's a good
I
pickup.
mean, you probably can't pick him up anymore because
he was
everyone
sitting on
has
that
him.
waiver wire, and
Safe.
Apologize, guys. We have the NL Championship Series also in the background. You know, can't not. Ooh. Okay, so who's your quarterback?
Ooh, Deontay Foreman or Derrick Henry?
Who's your quarterback?
Okay, Edgar. I know Derrick Henry is going against a very tough matchup. I'm not positive about Deontay Foreman, though. Oh, he's going against the Chargers?
Yeah, I was going to say.
I mean, it's tough because I'm a little biased towards Deontay Foreman because I picked him up last year when no one knew who the hell this man was.
Yeah, but then you also have the Falcons that the Titans are going against.
Yeah, but the Falcons have the second best rushing defense in the entire league this year.
They do.
Which is weird because they usually don't.
They do.
And I believe the Chargers defense is kind of mid. I'm not positive about that though. Let me just double check for you, Edgar.
I think you should.
But my heart's leaning towards Foreman just off the bat.
Man, there's
because Derrick Henry is splitting that backfield a lot.
6 QBs in here. Dang. 6 QBs in top 10.
Dude, it was a QB week. That's for damn sure.
It was. Well, your quarterback went for 28.1. How do you feel, man? Gardner, you guy?
Well, I mean, this year, obviously. But man of the future, no. But
you don't think so?
Well, no, because we have Anthony Richardson. It was kind of funny, though, because he had that many points with 2 strip fumbles and, I believe, 1 interception.
Yeah.
So he lost like 8 or 9 points in fantasy. So he honestly could have been
on the top,
the number 1 quarterback.
Yeah.
And the funniest thing is he was projected to get 8 points.
Oh, I'm not surprised.
8 points.
Well, honestly, he could be someone to look forward to as they play the Saints, man, because it's going to be a little bit more of a difficult defense, and he can use his legs. He could throw more. I don't know. Josh Allen sitting in number 5 for 25.3.
Not to interrupt, but I just saw Chargers have the 23rd rush defense, so 100% would go with Deontay Foreman.
Oh, yes.
Because the Titans are using Spears a lot more, and they're coming off a bye, I believe. I'm pretty positive the Titans did not play this week.
They did not, yes.
So, yeah, I guarantee they worked up some schemes to get Spears more involved because they're wanting to trade Derrick Henry. That's a fact. Like, they've already put it out. Like, they don't want to pay this guy. They're paying him so much money. Spears is getting like $800,000 a year. He's a rookie, so it's a no-brainer.
It's funny when the business aspect comes into play, and yeah, that's gonna be a thing.
I have another trade later to tell you, but
Jordan Addison, Minnesota.
Yeah, he went off.
It.
I really thought
24.3 points.
I really thought KJ Osborne would be more involved in this offense with Jefferson being gone, but Addison is stepping up, man.
I love to see it.
It's weird because he's younger than Osborne. I believe he's 23 or 24. I think he was a rookie last year. So he's going off his sophomore year. That's for damn
there's
sure.
There's a will, there's a way, and there's Jalen Hurts sitting at number 7, 24.3 points as well. We all know that guy just loves to be up there.
Yeah.
Underneath that, you got your Travis Kelce, course number 1 tight end, 23.9 points.
Went off.
So always getting you the points. Kirk sitting there. Number 9 with 22 points. Going hard. I think he was up until about the 3rd quarter. He was 30 for 30. He was 30 for 30.
No, this is 30 for 30.
Ridiculous.
Curry!
I'm weak.
I had to do it.
Hopkins getting 22 points as a kicker for Cleveland.
Yeah.
Crazy.
That man was their entire offense that day.
Him and Kirk Cousins are tied at number 9. Just throwing down to number 11, Tyrod Taylor being the quarterback we were saying for New England. I believe that's going to be an interesting thing.
Gross.
I'm sorry, not New England, New York.
Even more gross.
I just think it's kind of funny because you have a man that you paid.
Straight up.
And you go with number 2. He is showing up, man. He is showing up, doing what it is. And I think the little white boy is just going to be sadly forgotten about.
Little white boy. Isn't Daniel Jones like 6'4"?
Yeah, but when
I'm pretty sure
but when you're
Tyrod's
not getting
like
any
5'11".
wins, when you're not getting any wins, you're a little boy.
You're
No,
not.
unless
You're
he
not
was
wrong
saying-
with.
no,
You're
unless
not
he was
wrong.
saying-
You are not wrong with that one. Would you rather have Daniel Jones or Derek Carr? Money's not enough. Like, yeah, it just they make the same money. Let's just say that.
Derek
Ooh,
from Fresno.
ooh.
I have to rep the Valley.
I
We're
don't
taking
know about
Derek.
that
We're
one.
taking Derek.
I don't know about
Relax,
that
we're
one.
taking Derek. All right, looking into waiver wire. What you got, Brian? Who's coming straight in from the waiver?
From the waivers.
From the waivers.
I mean, I don't know if anyone needs tight ends because usually tight ends are kind of like an afterthought. You're like, if you get over 10 points with your tight end, you're kind of lucky, in my opinion.
Straight up.
And one of the, I mean, not the best, obviously, but like a top 10 tight end is most likely going to be done for the season. And guess who stepped the hell up in his position? Dalton Kincaid.
Dalton Kincaid.
You know what team he plays for?
I do not.
The Bills, baby. He stepped up.
Yes, I do right now. Dalton Kincaid.
He got a lot of
Tight
balls.
end one. He is by week
sucked in a lot of those
13.
balls.
He's in 37.2% of leagues. So he's out there.
Yeah, no one has him.
He is out there.
And it's even funnier because, don't be wrong, we all know what's going to happen. We all know what's going to happen, Richard. Derek Carr is going to get injured. And guess who else is a backup? Crab Legs Winston, who also loves to get injured and throw a lot of picks. So, you know, you can already see my phone right now. Taysom Hill, baby.
Oh, but yeah.
Bro, that is the thing. He is a tight end / QB in every fantasy league.
You know, I'm not going to lie. I would have Taysom Hill just on that back burner as a flex position.
Of course.
For any reason. Obviously, he was doing some work against who they played against. Words. I can't even think. Jacksonville last week. And they utilized him straight from the shot. So they're just like, you know,
bro,
Ike, here's the ball. Runs. You know what they're gonna do.
Of course.
They're gonna give
but
the
that's the
ball to
thing.
run,
That's
but you
the
can't
thing
stop
though.
him.
They don't know he's gonna run because he passes the ball. I mean, don't be wrong. He's basically like a Mormon Tim Tebow. Like this man knows how to throw the ball. He was a great QB in I don't know what college he went to. Probably BYU, but that's just me being kind of racist. Remember, what was it? I want to say last year. Either last year or the year before, there was one game specifically that he was a starting QB, but fantasy didn't update his position, so he was still a tight end / QB. So I had 2 QBs for a week, and it was amazing. I got like 28 points in my tight end spot, which is basically like Kelsey, that like no one else. Oh no, you can't see us, everybody. What has happened? Oh no. Yeah, Taysom Hill for sure. Let's see. One person I did not really think about, and that's my fault, because last week I picked what's his name, Zach Evans, as the waiver wire because Kyron Williams went out for the Rams, and out of nowhere they just didn't use him once. He did not get a single snap in the entire game. And Darrell Henderson, who's played for the Rams before, got, I think it was like 65% of the snaps, who had a touchdown as well. So, and what does it say? He's rostered in 37. 14 people started him, so he's 100% out there in most of your leagues, I'd say. So, Richard.
Talk about technical difficulties.
It's fine. They can still hear me. That's all that matters.
Honestly, I think that's super funny because I kept looking back, just kind of, what's Taysom Hill doing? Like, what's going on?
He's good.
I still think that he's gonna be just one of those like point pickup guys.
Well, he's one of those guys that can get you like 18 plus or just like nothing. Maybe
not
like
a
2
one.
points.
Yeah, it's
So he's
it's
such a
wild.
risky flex move.
Yeah. But that's your flex.
If
That's
you're
what
in
your flex
Vegas,
is.
go for the odds.
I know. Josh Downs, if you haven't picked up yourself some Josh Downs, he's still only 35% owned. That's insane. That's insane.
My boy Josh Downs,
You gotta pick up
baby.
yourself some Josh Downs. All right. So, your LA, your Kyron Williams might be down. What are you looking? Are you going to start picking up some Henderson? Are you going to start picking up some more running backs? What's going on?
Definitely Henderson.
Definitely some Henderson.
I mean, honestly, you know who got you very utilized this week? That kind of everyone gave up on? DeMarcado.
Oh, my
Bro,
goodness gracious. So, DeMarcado was one of those, like, everyone's gonna get some more reps. Everything's going to work
We
out.
talked about him 3 weeks
and
ago.
he disappeared, and then he came up. And you know what's funny? Because he disappeared, I was like, maybe Ingram is really going to get some of these touches, right? Well, Ingram got me no points, and everything was on DeMarcado. It made me sad. So, if you guys still have DeMarcado out there, grab him.
You know who's the biggest bust of the weekend, in my opinion?
Amari Cooper.
No. Bijan Robinson, baby.
Bijan Robinson.
Guess how many points he got? In PPR, keep in mind. 0.3. He got you 3 rushing yards. And guess who had him? Joby Cones.
Oh.
And guess who went against Joby Cones? Me.
You.
It was pretty funny.
All right, so this is actually funny. Fantasy points. Yeah, so Bijan Robinson got .3.
He was ass, dude.
This is what Edgar sent me.
That
Shouts
big-
out to Edgar.
Yeah, I saw that shit. Hella bust.
Yeah. So the
Wilson Jr.
worst. Bijan Robinson got .3. Gabe Davis got 1.6. Mark Cooper got 4.2. Josh Jacobs got 5.1. Austin Eckler got 5.6. Christian Watson got 5.7. Cooper Kupp got 6.9.
Dude, that's the thing.
Jared Goff got 9.36. Justin Herbert got 10.8.
Bro, with Cooper Kupp, though, it's so weird in that the first 2 drives of the game, it was Puka Kupp, and then the Atwell touchdown. I think Puka had like 7 points or 8 points in the first 2 drives. Kupp had like 5 or 6 points in the first 2 drives. You're like, okay, they're splitting it very evenly. And then the entire game was just Puka. I was like, what happened to Kupp? But Edgar in the chat saying, thoughts on Jeff Wilson Jr. I would stay away from that man because Mostert is the man.
Yeah, honestly, you still got to kind of watch what's going on.
And Achan's coming back in 2
Achane
weeks.
should be coming back soon, yeah. So
Because he's been on IR for, I believe,
I
2
don't-
weeks.
If you're very desperate, though,
Even if you're desperate, there's better running backs out there, man.
like go for Henderson if he's still on that waiver wire.
DeMarcado.
Even Dalvin Cook.
Dude, if you're super desperate, Pierre Strong. Because he was always the 3rd back for the Browns behind, Kareem Hunt, who loves his kids and women. But anyways, that's another story.
Pierce Strong loves kids and women.
No, I was saying Kareem Hunt does.
Oh.
Because he's, yeah.
Oh, God.
Anyways.
No, literally almost no one has him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, it was funny because I picked up Kareem Hunt when, like, legit, like, it was, like, 1%. And he just been on my bench because I'm like, they're not going to use him. And then out of nowhere against the Colts, they used him a lot. And then Pierre Strong was, like, I believe, like, 25%
It's
of the
wild and
carries.
disgusting because I feel like, the NFL is listening to us as we talk about
It's so hard to
fantasy.
predict, man. You never know who's going to be used that certain day. Look at the Falcons, bro.
It definitely changes.
Like, the week 1 Algier was, like, the man. Every single week after that, he's been nothing. And then again this week, he starts going off again. They just feed the hot hand. That's how it is.
So, speaking of hot hand, I don't know. What do you think? OBJ?
So, it's tough, man. I have OBJ in the league I don't really care much about. It's my family league, and a lot of them don't really have lives, so they They're all retired. They just watch fantasy football all day. So
Dang, must be nice.
yeah,
I gotta squeeze it in whenever I can.
yeah, I'm at a huge disadvantage in that league. But I have OBJ. He's been a bench rider the entire year. But I did see he got utilized a good amount this week at least. I believe he got almost 10 points in my league. It was like 9.8 or some shit. But I also have Zay Flowers, and I'm going to ride Zay Flowers till I die, man. This man, I mean, don't get me wrong. Josh Downs is my man. Like, I love Josh Downs. But there's two rookie wide receivers I like better than Josh Downs for obvious reasons. Number one, it's Puka. Duh.
Yeah.
Like, he's setting records for everything rookie. And then Zay Flowers is number two because obvious reasons. Lamar has never really been known as, like, the clutch passer. This year he's changing that, and Zay Flowers is a huge reason behind that.
And he's still going to be solidly throwing TDs.
Oh, for sure.
To Mark Andrews.
I feel like Mark Andrews kind of tweaked his leg in that game, too, so we'll see how he is next week.
Looks a little scary, huh?
It's not scary if I have Zay Flowers catching that shit.
Yeah, we know. We know. What about walking in? This is what I'm wondering, too. Walking into next week, if you have a bye quarterback or you're a little desperate right now, what about Kyler Murray?
So, is he actually playing? Has that been confirmed? I know they lifted him off PUB list over a week ago, but you don't need to play the person for, I believe, 4, maybe even 5 weeks after doing that. So they might just let him sit. Like, we talked about this 2 weeks ago. The Cardinals do not want to win. Don't be wrong. Like, obviously, as like a football mentality, as a football player, you obviously want to win.
They're playing against Baltimore next, so.
Oh, so they're going to lose. Unless they do some crazy upset, but I do not see that.
Well, if you're Josh Downs walking in, you kind of, I don't know, do you want?
You mean Dobbs?
Dobbs, sorry.
Yeah.
Josh Downs.
But yeah, don't get me wrong. Like, Dobbs is a cool quarterback. Great
Dobbs,
story behind him.
Are you gonna walk into that game like you're gonna remain QB1 for the rest of the season, or?
He's looked about the same as Kyler Murray did last year. Kyler Murray did not look good last year.
Yeah, and that's not really,
even when he was healthy, he
much.
did not look good. But you also paying him a lot of money, so it's either, I'd say, trade him, but no one would ever pick up his contract, especially after coming off, I believe it was the ACL.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, yeah.
All right.
You're running out of options if you're the Cardinals with him.
Which you got, you don't have too bad of a team.
Yeah, it's a pretty bad
Too
team.
bad of a team.
No offense to you, Andre. We love you.
It's funny, actually. I was going back while I was watching it, and I was just kind of like seeing, where's Andre on the...
He made some clutch tackles.
He did, yeah. Interesting.
That man's a beast.
Being a safety, interesting kind of role and position.
Yeah, that's got to be one of, if not the hardest position.
Yeah. All right. So what about looking Smith to Smith when they were playing against the Cardinals?
Smith to Smith.
Yeah.
Explain.
Geno Smith. Why do I keep saying names weird?
Geno Smith to... Oh, Bobo Smith?
There was
Who the fuck is
there were
Smith?
shots to Bobo, but it's Smith.
Who's the other Smith?
Najiba.
Oh, the rookie.
Uh-huh.
Okay. I always forget about him. He's really good, man. I believe he's Alabama prospect.
He did get 12.3 this week.
Yeah, dude, what is he rostered in? Does it say?
He's rostered in about, I want to say, 12.
Oh, that's nothing, bro. He would be a solid pickup.
I would say so, too.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
If Riyadh wasn't such a whore, he could, like, go on a spiel about him right now, but he's not here.
Yeah, that's true.
He's just going to blow up our chat instead of being here, which makes
Riyadh,
sense.
Anything you want to say about Smith? What do you want to say about your receiver, man?
No, he's good, man. I remember watching him in college. I was like, damn, he's got some burners. He's a great route runner. He gets open, bro.
Yes, Riyadh. Shoot your shot, baby. I love this. Woo! He said round 2. Fight. Lord. We're not making out of this one alive.
We gonna die
Any
today,
other
boys.
waiver wire look at? Any
Riyadh, why are
anyone
you calling me? I can't answer
inactive,
your phone
actually?
call when I'm live on a podcast. What are you doing, dog?
He said, "Can I call in?" You could call in, but I mean,
Let's see if it even picks up on the mic. Here. Riyadh, you're
I'd
on
have to plug it
speaker
in.
right now.
I'd have to plug it into here, or you could Bluetooth it.
Okay, and you did not say a single word. Okay, that's cool.
I could Bluetooth it, but I don't
Yeah,
know how to do it yet.
it's whatever.
Oh, it's lit. All right, cancel. I'm just kidding.
That'd be hilarious.
I know. I was like, hey, I will utilize more of my Roadcaster soon, but for now, let's talk about Baker Mayfield being limited in practice.
Bro, why are you
Chris
calling me
Godwin
again,
being
dog?
limited in practice. Ooh.
I'm sorry, Riyadh.
I got one more for you. Juwan Jennings.
Juwan Jennings, huh? Why? Just because Debo's not going to play next week either?
And he's looking like going to be the secondary, if not maybe main guy for Purdy to be throwing in those routes.
It makes me so upset
know
that he
I-
doesn't target Kittle. Kittle more.
Yeah, I know. Kittle down the middle, baby. But, you know, it's the way that the game is kind of.
They just need him as a blocker because their O-line is not it right now.
Yep. And he was doing his thing.
He was. I mean, he's.
Monday.
Bro, everyone
Today.
knows Kittle likes blocking just as much as catching a touchdown. So when you see him pancaking a guy, he's laughing his ass off in that helmet.
I know. And when he hits first down, he's like, yes.
Drops the ball.
Love it.
Shows his shirt underneath.
Love it. He said, fuck the Cowboys.
Shit's hilarious. It might be a curse, though. 0-2 since that shirt.
Jeez. Don't say that. That could be a thing, actually. Man, I thought I was calling in. I apologize, Riyadh. You cannot call in.
The Cowboys curse.
Yeah, Cowboys actually won. They went on their bye. They won and then went on their bye. So we'll see what happens with them next week.
Mm-hmm.
That should be a fun matchup, actually.
Want to go through our team, see who won?
So we should, but I don't know.
'Cause I
if-
really don't know if I won or not.
I don't know if you're gonna be okay with this.
Oh, so I lost. That's what you're saying.
I'm pretty sure there's only a couple players on your team that really didn't perform too well, and I was able to really maximize my numbers.
That's whack.
So let us see. I had Brock Purdy. You got me 14.8.
Mid.
I know. 19.7 from Tyreek.
Not bad at
AJ
all.
Brown got me also 17.
Yeah, he had a good-ass
3.
game.
And then I got another 19 from...
Is it AJ Brown? He only got you that many points? Really?
Maybe he got more. I don't know. I could be wrong.
Because I was facing him in my PPR league, and he got fucking 30 points against me. I was pissed. Maybe
19.7, actually.
that's weird.
Yeah.
Oh, it's probably because they're not counting receptions. That's probably not PPR, but whatever. Josh Downs or KJ Osborne? Josh Downs all
Thought it
the way, Edgar. I'm not even trying to be biased.
Another
Because
name.
I shouted out KJ Osborne 2
Seven.
weeks ago when Jefferson went down. But that man has basically said, Addison, you take the lead. Well, Josh Downs is very not quietly becoming wide receiver target number 1 in the Colts playbook, which is weird. Because I love Michael Pittman Jr., man. This man's a beast. He's hard to tackle. He's a great route runner. He just kind of struggles with separation, that's where Josh Downs excels, is getting separation. I remember I threw out that stat. I think it was like 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago. Josh Downs is averaging like 5 yards per separation on every single route, which is absurd for a rookie. You don't even see that for like seasoned vets, man. So, Edgar, Josh Downs, 1,000%. And he's a Colt, so it makes me feel good. Makes me feel warm and fuzzy inside. Who makes you feel all warm and
Ooh.
fuzzy inside, Richard? As a football player. Who just tickles your little whistle down there?
Christian McCaffrey.
Oh, my God.
That guy is so
That's
crazy,
so
bro. That
dumb,
guy is so
dude.
crazy.
Oh, my God.
I don't know why the hell he was never on a successful team. That guy is literally the best running back this century. I don't this.
You
this,
realize he was a Panther, right? The Panthers are ass.
This what was it? This like new era. I don't know what era you want to call it of football, but Christian McCaffrey is the best motherfucking running back of this era, and he had been on a garbage team. That guy
I don't know about that one.
So hard through the crowd. That guy gets you fantasy points. He's got the most touchdowns now consecutively. 16 touchdowns.
I know.
In 16 games, a touchdown.
Did you see that thing that ESPN posted today? It said if you started with $100 and let it ride on anytime score for McCaffrey every single game, so basically let it ride 16 games in a row, you would have $440,000 today.
If you just bet $100 and every time kept betting,
You just let it ride.
Just let it ride.
Yeah.
Like he's gonna keep winning. He's gonna keep.
Yeah,
betting
just
it.
anytime score, no matter what. Even when he went down with an injury for over half the game last week, he still got a touchdown.
Still got a touchdown first.
So you legit almost have $500,000 by starting with $100.
Yeah.
Which makes me so mad I didn't do that. You could say that about anything though.
I mean, true. I mean, you wouldn't even have known.
It's like, bro, in high school, if I put like $100 in Bitcoin when it was like $10, like, bro, I'd have like $3 million, dude.
A gazillionaire.
I was like, yeah, I bet you could.
You said now.
Who has a time machine? Let's get rich, dog.
Now you have nothing. Oh, jeez.
So how badly did you cream me?
It was 97 to 111. So
Oh, that's
not
actually
too bad.
closer. I'm assuming I had 97.
You did have 97.
Boo. How sad.
It's because Amari Cooper only got you 4.2. Raheem Mostert didn't get you too much either. Jonathan Taylor got you 18. TJ Hawkinson got you 8. Pittman got you a little bit more.
Yeah, that touchdown got me.
But the Raiders D.
Yeah, they probably got me like 2.
And
if
then
that.
Tucker as well. So
Who the fuck is Tucker? The best kicker in the league. Got me nothing.
got 8.
It's just because they kept scoring touchdowns. They didn't have to kick field goals.
Yeah,
Whack.
I know.
It's okay, though.
Unfortunately,
let
we're
you
not
win.
here to be able to see what Riyadh's team got.
Yeah, I mean, if you were here, you might have won, but that's the way the cookie crumbles, man. Come
Yeah,
on.
Riyadh, if you can, shout your number out in the chat. Wouldn't matter. You still took that L. You know what they say. You don't show up, you don't win.
He's going to put like, oh, I got 150.
I got 1,265, actually. I don't even know how.
He says, let's tally my team. Dog, that's your job.
What? Yeah, I was going to say, it's definitely not ours. Wow, so I get to walk into week 8.
Week 8, huh?
Week 8, me and Brian duking it out.
Bro, can you imagine next week, this season's half over already.
Halfway over.
I hate that about football because
Isn't that
you wait
crazy?
almost, it seems like an entire year just to watch football again. As soon as it's here, you're like, wait, where'd it go? But it's freaking 17 weeks of football.
I'm not gonna lie. It has been a wild season so far. It's been pretty much the same thing you could probably predict.
Not
Now
for my
it's
team.
starting to heat up. I think it's starting to heat up real
My
well.
team has been very unpredictable every single week, man.
Ooh.
It's pretty sad. But what are you going to do? All right, man. You start us off QB number 1.
QB number 1 next week. Looking at some of these matchups, I do want to go with someone who has been doing some work. I don't want to go with anyone too crazy, but unfortunately, we're going to have to just stick with number 1, Patty Mahomes.
Brock Purdy.
Patty Mahomes is taking on the Denver Broncos again for the second time this season, and obviously Patty's not going to just lay down. He's just probably going to go full gas and just dick on them.
Are you going to go over under 350 yards for Patty?
I'm going to go... How aggressive do they want to play in this game? Let's go over.
Over under 2.5 touchdowns.
Over.
Sheesh. All right. I mean, he had over both of those in the first half of this game, so
Yeah.
it's not a bad bet.
Yeah.
So I'm definitely sticking with my man, Lamar Jackson.
He says I'm sticking with my man Lamar Jackson, but he had Josh Allen last week. So it's like,
Hey, for people who watch this every week, I did the exact same thing last week. Because I had Lamar Jackson the week prior. Said I'm sticking with my man, Josh Allen.
Sticking with my man Lamar Jackson. They're playing the Cardinals, so
Yeah, so they're ass.
he's gonna beat up on them.
I really hope so.
Running back first, yes.
Yes, sir.
Ooh. This is gonna be an interesting one because I do wanna, you know, I do wanna change it up sometimes, but
Who is it going to be?
CMC.
Oh. Who would have guessed?
I know.
Who would have guessed?
No. I like to change it up, but unfortunately, CMC is just.
Man says I like to change it up. He's picked CMC every week.
No, I did not last week.
Who'd you pick?
Last week I had.
I swear you picked
Alvin Kamara and Ian.
Etienne.
Etienne.
That makes sense. I mean, both of them went off.
They did.
Dude, it's funny because I think of Derek Carr as like a huge heroin addict, but instead of heroin, it's Alvin Kamara checkdowns. Within like 2.5 seconds, he's like, I don't see anyone. Oh, there's Kamara. He had like 12 receptions for like freaking 50 yards. It's like, dude, like, throw the ball to someone else. Like, what do you... Okay, anyways.
But I can't. Don't make me.
Mini rant over. I'm going...
Would you trade Kemp?
Oh,
Ooh,
someone said
Kittle?
trade? Oh, this is a long one. Komet and Shaheed for Kittle and Rondo Moore.
Hit
Oh, that's
misses
super
with-
tough, honestly. Riyadh, no.
Don't listen to Riyadh.
Riyadh doesn't know what he's talking about.
He
But I
doesn't.
actually would say yes, too. I mean, Rondo Moore is almost just like nothing. Like, he's going to ride your bench the entire rest of the season if someone doesn't get hurt. But you could say the same thing with Shaheed almost. Because Shaheed is not a route runner, man. He doesn't get separation. He's just super fast, and he's the deep threat. Because every once in a while, you'll see Derek Carr just bomb it. Maybe once every 2 weeks. And usually when he does it, it's a touchdown to Shaheed. So,
It's hard because they're really right next to each other.
yeah. But
And then you got Komet and Kittle, and it's just
so Komet's ass, but at the same time, he's that red zone target. Like, he's that big man in the red zone that's going to get touchdowns, even though he only had like 1 or 2 weeks that he actually showed up doing that. While Kittle, I love Kittle, but he's just not utilizing that system this year.
except for that 3 touchdown game. That's it.
Well, yeah, that's about it. Like, he's good for like 2 or 3 huge games a year. Besides that, he's going to be a massive blocking tight end that will maybe pick up like 3 first downs a game.
I say you do it when Kittle gets hot. Find a hotter tight end real quick and make that trade too.
I mean, we already said 2 hotter tight ends for our waiver wire pickups.
Taysom Hill,
Was it
Kincaid.
Yeah, Kincaid for sure. Kincaid's fire. And then Taysom Hill, which is very hit or miss, but you never know.
Yeah,
But I mean, yeah,
and they're starting to utilize him a little bit more.
I would
Maybe
use.
it's just the desperation in that game. Maybe.
I would accept that trade, and maybe even use Kittle as like equity for a trade later in the season,
Yeah.
because that would be a pretty smart move.
Like I said, wait till he gets hot and then trade him high.
Yeah.
You know, it's a little bit of a game like that.
So I don't believe I picked my running back 1, did I?
Running back 1.
Because you said CMC.
CMC, baby.
I'm going very unconventional, not with my heart this time. Jahmyr Gibbs. I was risky by keeping him in my starting lineup this week, and boy, did it play off. He got me like 20, 23, 24 points. Since Montgomery has been out injured, Gibbs is actually finally stepping up how everyone who drafted him in the first round thought he would.
Yep.
About goddamn time. It took him 7 weeks to actually do something.
If homie's on your waiver wire, pick
He's
him up
not.
already.
He is definitely not.
He shouldn't be, but
This man's probably rostered in like 98% of every league. I guarantee that.
all right, I gotta take this off.
Ooh, snappity snap.
Moving on.
RB2.
You know, I'm gonna have to go back-to-back weeks.
Oh, shucker.
What?
I don't know. I'm just talking shit because I can.
ETN back-to-back weeks, man.
I mean, bro, he's been the hottest back the
He
last
has
3
been
weeks, so that's
going
a pretty
So
fire move.
hard.
Gibbs is rostered in 96% of the leagues, but he got 28 points this week.
Yeah.
Let's go,
If he's
Gibbs.
around, if he's around, pick him up.
He's not.
Use him.
If some dumbass wants to trade him, do it right now,
Yeah,
but
do it for-
they won't.
Do it for some spots. Say you got some extra little guys on there, but like, yo,
Little
pick up-
guys.
you can pick up this and this guy, and then boom, 2-for-1 trade.
Oh, man. So my heart tells me to go for JT because he's for sure stepping up as the RB1 for the Colts right now.
Playing the Saints.
I know, and they have a pretty good rushing defense. And I also want to pick Mostert, who's going against New England, who is known to take away any deep threat. And that's basically what Miami does 99% of the time. So the smart move would be Mostert, but I love me some JT, so give me some JT, baby. I'm sure Riyad's going to be like, shocker in the chat.
Yeah, the one thing he never learned to do.
This man says, I was offered a trade for Gibbs to give up Kenneth Walker. Kenneth Walker's really good, bro. And not too many people even know who he is. And that's shocking to me. Kenneth Walker the third
Kenneth Walker
is fire.
third. I think Bills are going to be so pissed that they have been doing so shitty. I really want Stephon Diggs to come back there and finish what he started and play some great football. Because right now, it's been disgusting to watch the Bills.
Feel that.
But I don't know. I have some hope these boys are going to come back in and do some damage on prime time. And if they lose on prime time again, sell the team.
So the team.
Sell the team.
Oakland A's.
Excuse me.
All right.
All right.
Wide receiver number 1. Who am I going to go with, Richard? I'll tell you I'm going with Mike Evans.
Ooh. Oh, yeah?
He could probably sneak into wide receiver 2, but I have really good faith in him this week, man.
And that's going to be interesting. We're going to
Yeah.
have 2 of our boys go duke off against each other.
I have
on
really good
Thursday
faith in him.
night.
Buffalo Bills secondary is middle of the pack. They're not bad. They're not good. So we shall see if he can exploit that position. Godwin's been heating up too, though, so I might regret this decision. We'll see.
You know, because they came off of a dub, because they're going to be going against the Commanders, I think A.J. Brown is going to have a second shot at some more points. And I don't think they're done.
It's not a bad pick at all.
I honestly am looking at the Commanders wanting to fight against him, but that defense, too. That defense will just give up too much.
Yeah, I feel that.
Too much. And especially if Hurts gets on that number like he's been.
It's a big if.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm going with the stack, baby. I'm stacking these motherfuckers. Quarterback to wide receiver stack right now. Flowers.
What? Oh, this guy.
Stacking them. Give me double the TDs. Give me double the points.
Some Zay Flower in the mix. Okay.
Yes,
Alright.
sir.
Not really too crazy.
He's
of
been
a-
good, man. He's been good. That's all I can say.
Looking into how they play against the Cardinals, yeah, I mean, shit. I might want me some Mark Andrews in there. Then I might be kind of wanting to watch that a little bit.
Mark Andrews, huh? It's not a bad pickup.
You know, I will actually go with the stack as well. No, I'm gonna go with the
You're
stack.
gonna
as
say you're
well.
going fucking Kelsey?
I'm gonna go Travis Kelce.
That's the most unfair stack in history.
Travis
I don't
Kelce
blame
and
you, though.
Patty Mahomes, baby. We're gonna double up on them as right there's, baby. I don't care who you talking about.
Boo.
Unfortunately, that entire game is gonna
Which
be
one's
washed.
boo? Which one's boo? Which one's boo? There's
There-
no boo.
there is no boo.
You took it away?
There was never a boo. I'm sorry. I never did. Travis Kelce, unfortunately, I don't know how you feel about him, Mahomes. It's just funny. They're on every freaking commercial now, and it feels like, you know, they're literally just playing around out there. But unfortunately, they're getting everything done.
I'm happy everyone could hear that right now.
The laughter, you could hear it.
All right. Well, I believe it's the third week in a row. I'm sticking with my main
TJ?
man, Hawkinson. Man's been going off, man. He's the second best tight end of the league right now in fantasy. Obviously behind Kelsey, because Kelsey's Kelsey. He's getting some white, pink right now from T Swift, but you know.
He said white, pink.
I mean, she's like whiter than white.
Whiter than white, pinker than pink.
I mean, I can only assume the pinker than pink, but you know, she has been ran through by a lot of. Anyways.
Legendary
Yeah.
dicks. A lot of
Anyways.
legendary dicks. Oh, man.
She's just a little too old for Leo. That's the thing. He only likes it when they're like 17.
Who?
Leo DiCaprio.
Oh, Lord. We started talking about that?
I mean, like that. Yeah. Anyways, that dude's creepy. But yeah. Anyways, who is gonna be your flex position?
Ooh. I don't want to do this. I don't want to do this.
Do it.
I don't
Do
want to
it.
do this.
Do it. Do it.
I'm going to have to go with one of the Bengals players.
Chase.
Yep.
Boyd.
I'm going to have to go with Chase.
Higgins. Mixon.
You know, I'd be thinking Higgins, but honestly, I think I'm going to have to go with Jamar Chase. The Niners shown that they cannot stop someone who's going to throw on them. And Chase
Until you injure him.
yeah, that's true. But Chase can get into open territory
Yes, you can.
very easily.
Quote unquote, I'm always open.
Yeah, I don't know. We shall see, but you know, I hate to say it. I'm going against because this is fantasy. It's not real life, but I think Joe Burrow's going to throw all over the fucking Niners.
So, it's not off topic, but a little bit off topic. I'm going to do a little Woj bomb for you right now. Let's call it a B-Weeks bomb because it's not confirmed or even a thing yet. Do not be surprised if you see Zach Moss traded to the Bengals pretty soon.
Wow.
I'm just going to say that. I could go very in-depth right now, but ain't nobody got time for that. But don't be surprised. Maybe even the Ravens sneaking in for Zach Moss.
Really?
Maybe even the Ravens.
He said, let's pull apart our team. We're going to fucking lose anyways.
Well, again, I can go very in-depth right now, but ain't nobody got time. So my flex should be no shocker to anyone. Amon-Ra St. Brown. That man's a beast of wide receiver. one of the best, if not top 3 route runners in the entire league. He is always open.
That guy is always open. Yeah, Amon-Ra St. Brown has been leading, man, and he's been doing whatever he can to try to get those Lions. And they're going to be playing the Raiders.
Yeah.
So as long as Goff takes his time, sits in that pocket, and hits those targets, Amon-Ra is going to be wide open, ready to catch his balls.
100%.
He's going to be ready to suck in those balls.
Wait, he sucks in those balls.
Wait, he sucks in those balls.
Wait, defense. Who are you going for defense, man? This is a weird week for defenses.
This is a terrible week for defense if I'm looking at it. Whether you're the Saints, whether you're the Cowboys, whether you're the Niners, whether you're the Eagles, whether you're the Browns is going to play Seattle. They gave up so many points.
Yeah, they did.
So many points. I think they're going to
But they also had like 3 strip sacks, 1 TD, and I believe 1 or 2 picks. So I believe their defense still had like
they still
at least 14, 15 points.
They leveled out to like 14 or something like that.
So it's still good.
Which in fantasy, yeah. But like if you want to see a defense, you want to see them just, stop them from scoring.
I mean, I say anything over 6 to 8 points in a defense is good.
True. You saw what Seattle did against Arizona's defense. You saw what they couldn't do, and what
defense
Arizona's
is ass.
Exactly. So watching the Browns go against Seattle, it's going to be fun to watch. I think there will be more strip sacks, more picks, more opportunities, and I'm going to go with the Browns.
So I'm going way out of left field right now. They've always had a very good defense who have kept them in many, many games, even though
Steelers?
No. That would be the obvious choice. Don't get me wrong. Steelers have been outscored by like 25 points throughout the year so far, but they're 4-2. Like, how does that happen?
And they're going against
You have a really good defense.
Going against the Jags.
See, the Jags have been humming, so I don't trust that matchup at all.
I'm telling you, they're just a low-key team coming through.
I fucking hate the Jags so much.
Getting their dubs where they can.
I hate it so much.
I love it.
I hate it.
I'm going to have to put my guy.
But so way out of left field, I'm going with the New York Jets, baby.
Oh, yeah.
New York Jets against Tyrod Taylor. I feel like if they just pressure him a little bit, they have like one of the top 3 secondaries in the entire league with Sauce behind. Ooh.
Yeah, they do have a mean defense. I'm not going to lie.
So I feel like they could even get you a pick 6 if you're lucky. But I feel like they're going to make Tyrod very scared to throw the ball. Who are you going for kickers, though?
Who is your
Speaking of kicker news, did you hear about Brett Mayer?
I did not. No, what?
Like one of the, if I wouldn't say the best because he's ass. But he gets you a lot of points because they kick so often. The Rams kicker, who used to be the Cowboys kicker, who missed a lot of kicks in the playoffs last year for the Cowboys, is doing the same thing this year, missing a lot of kicks for the Rams. They fired his ass and hired a practice squad kicker off the Browns and / the Colts because he was kind of the Colts, but then Browns. But, yeah, they legit went with a practice squad kicker over their kicker they just paid a decent amount of money in the offseason with.
It's a hard knock life for us.
I mean, just don't suck, dude. That's all it is. Just don't suck at your job.
I mean,
you have one job: kick the damn ball straight and far.
I would love to commend you if you could do that as well. Man,
Ain't nobody saying I can do it. But also, I don't get paid millions of dollars to do it either. I wish I did. Maybe then I could do it.
We will. I'm gonna go with the simple, easy answer. We're gonna go with Koo. Going against the Titans.
Hey, my young who's Koo.
I think young who's Koo is gonna be able to get.
Yeah, that game winner. That game winner. Man, who do I pick as a kicker though? Like, kickers are either gonna get like over 10 points or just like
nothing.
2. But I feel like I've stuck with my main man the entire time, Matt motherfucking Gay. Except for that 1 week you stole him from me.
I did steal Matt Gay 1 week. Yep.
So Matt motherfucking Gay.
That's so funny. I was gonna say.
Rude. And let's go. Diamondbacks about to win, baby. Even though that was a
B Weeks, shout it out. That's my squad, and then your squad's right next.
shout it
What
out,
are we
huh?
looking at?
All right. Mr. Richard Stevens over here is going with Patty Mahomes, Stephon Diggs, A.J. Brown, CMC, shocker, and then ETN, Kelsey, who he still doesn't know how to spell Kelsey,
Oh, yeah, it's about
Chase, Browns, defense, and then my young hoes, motherfucking coup.
We got B Weeks walking in with.
So I'm going with, a.k.a. the winning team is going to go with Lamar Jackson, Mike Evans, who still doesn't know how to spell Evans right either, Zay Flowers, Jahmyr Gibbs, my boy J.T. Hawkinson, and that is, yeah, we're not going to talk about the way he spells that one. St. Brown, New York Jets out of nowhere, and then Matt Gay.
Love it. Those are our top picks, players, defense, kicker for this week, walking into week 8. Thank you guys for joining in. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe.
Yes, sir.
Keep throwing us those comments. Keep shouting out new and different trades, picks. We'll keep you updated every Tuesday. Starting at 5:30, I had stuff going on earlier today, so we pushed the time back by 30 minutes. We appreciate you guys. Thank you, and have a wonderful night. Brian, any words?
Shouts out. It's the official start of the NBA season today. Warriors.
I should have cut out earlier. My bad, guys.
Warriors.